Have you ever traveled to a foreign country?
Yes, I have had the opportunity to travel abroad a couple of times. My most memorable trip was to Singapore a few years ago. It was fascinating to experience a different culture and see the impressive urban planning and green spaces in such a compact city. I found the blend of different ethnicities and cuisines particularly interesting.
Which foreign country would you like to visit in the future?
I would really love to visit Japan in the future. I'm particularly drawn to its rich cultural heritage, the blend of ancient traditions with modern technology, and the stunning natural landscapes, especially during the cherry blossom season. The cuisine is also a major draw for me, and I'd love to experience an authentic Japanese culinary journey.
What do you think are the benefits of traveling to a foreign country?
I believe traveling abroad offers numerous benefits. It broadens your perspective, exposes you to different ways of life, and enhances your understanding of the world. It can also boost your confidence, improve your communication skills, and create lasting memories. Experiencing new cultures firsthand is a truly enriching and educational experience.
Do you prefer traveling alone or with others when visiting a foreign country?
I think it depends on the trip. Sometimes, traveling with friends or family can be more enjoyable for sharing experiences and having companionship. However, traveling alone can offer more flexibility and opportunities for self-discovery and meeting new people spontaneously. Both have their own unique advantages, and I appreciate both types of travel.
What are some of the challenges of traveling to a foreign country?
One of the main challenges can be the language barrier, although English is often spoken in tourist areas. Adapting to different customs and etiquette can also be tricky. Other potential challenges include dealing with unfamiliar transportation systems, currency exchange rates, and potential health or safety concerns. Careful planning and research can certainly help mitigate these difficulties. The foreign country that has consistently held a strong allure for me, a place I deeply aspire to visit in the future, is Japan. This island nation, nestled in East Asia, east of the Korean Peninsula, captivates my imagination with its unique blend of ancient traditions and cutting-edge modernity. From the serene temples and meticulously manicured gardens to the bustling, neon-lit cities and innovative technological advancements, Japan presents a fascinating dichotomy that I am eager to experience firsthand. While I don't have a specific date etched in my calendar just yet, my ideal time to visit Japan would likely be during the spring, specifically around late March to mid-April. This period coincides with the renowned cherry blossom season, or sakura, when the entire country transforms into a breathtaking landscape of delicate pink and white blooms. I have seen countless photographs and documentaries depicting this natural spectacle, and the idea of walking through avenues lined with cherry trees in full bloom, participating in hanami, flower viewing, picnics with locals, and witnessing this ephemeral beauty firsthand is a truly compelling prospect. The mild spring weather, neither too hot nor too cold, would also be ideal for exploring the country's diverse landscapes and engaging in various outdoor activities. My desire to visit Japan is rooted in a confluence of factors, each contributing to its magnetic appeal. Firstly, I am deeply fascinated by Japanese culture and its rich history. The traditions of tea ceremonies, calligraphy, ikebana, flower arranging, and the intricate artistry of kimonos and samurai culture hold a profound interest for me. I am eager to visit ancient temples and shrines, wander through historical districts, and immerse myself in the customs and etiquette that have been preserved for centuries. The opportunity to witness traditional festivals and experience the spiritual aspects of Japanese culture is something I greatly anticipate. Secondly, I am particularly drawn to the Zen gardens, with their carefully raked gravel and strategically placed rocks, which evoke a sense of tranquility and contemplation. Exploring the contemporary art museums and design districts in cities like Tokyo would also be a significant highlight of my trip. Finally, the country's stunning natural beauty, ranging from snow-capped mountains and volcanic hot springs to serene coastlines and lush forests, makes it an incredibly attractive place to explore. Japan, in my view, is a particularly good country to visit for several compelling reasons. Its unique cultural heritage offers a profound and enriching experience, providing a window into traditions that have stood the test of time. Moreover, the high standards of safety, cleanliness, and efficiency make it a relatively easy and comfortable country for tourists to navigate. The renowned hospitality of the Japanese people further enhances the travel experience, making visitors feel welcome and respected.
How has budget air travel changed tourism?
The proliferation of budget airlines has undeniably revolutionized global tourism patterns, democratizing international travel to an unprecedented extent. By significantly reducing the cost of airfare, these carriers have made it feasible for a much wider demographic to explore foreign destinations, including individuals and families who might have previously considered such travel unaffordable. This has led to a surge in short-haul international trips, particularly within Europe and Southeast Asia, as weekend getaways or shorter vacations become more accessible. Moreover, budget airlines have facilitated the growth of new tourist destinations that were previously less connected or more expensive to reach, as these carriers often operate from smaller, regional airports. This has spurred economic development in these areas, creating employment opportunities and boosting local businesses. However, this increased accessibility has also brought about challenges, such as overcrowding at popular destinations, strain on local infrastructure, and concerns about the environmental impact of increased air travel. Furthermore, the business model of budget airlines often involves additional charges for services like baggage and meals, which can sometimes offset the initial low fares, and the focus on cost-cutting can occasionally lead to less comfortable travel experiences or disruptions. Nevertheless, the overall impact of budget airlines on global tourism has been transformative, fostering greater cross-cultural exchange and reshaping the way people plan and undertake international travel.
How can governments balance tourism with culture and environment?
Governments face a delicate balancing act in harnessing the economic advantages of tourism while safeguarding their unique cultural heritage and fragile natural environments. Achieving this equilibrium necessitates a multi-pronged approach involving strategic planning, robust regulation, community engagement, and sustainable development practices. One crucial aspect is implementing careful zoning and land use policies that designate specific areas for tourism development while protecting culturally significant sites and ecologically sensitive zones. This can prevent overdevelopment in vulnerable areas and ensure that tourism infrastructure is concentrated in designated zones, minimizing its impact on local ecosystems and traditional ways of life. Furthermore, governments can establish and enforce environmental regulations for tourism operators, such as waste management protocols, limits on resource consumption, and restrictions on activities that could harm the natural environment. Imposing carrying capacities on popular sites can also help to prevent overcrowding and degradation. Another vital element is investing in sustainable tourism practices. This includes promoting eco-friendly accommodations, supporting local transportation networks, and encouraging activities that minimize environmental impact, such as nature-based tourism and cultural heritage tours. Governments can also incentivize tourism businesses to adopt sustainable practices through tax breaks, subsidies, or certifications. Community involvement is paramount in ensuring that tourism benefits local populations and respects cultural values. This can be achieved by promoting community-based tourism initiatives, supporting local crafts and businesses, and ensuring that local residents have a voice in tourism planning and decision-making processes. Revenue generated from tourism can be reinvested in local communities and conservation efforts, creating a direct link between tourism and the preservation of cultural and natural assets. Finally, raising awareness and educating tourists about responsible travel practices and the importance of respecting local cultures and environments is crucial in fostering a more sustainable and culturally sensitive tourism industry. By implementing these integrated strategies, governments can strive to maximize the economic benefits of tourism while ensuring the long-term preservation of their invaluable cultural and environmental resources.
How do cultural differences affect tourists, and how can it be reduced?
Cultural differences can profoundly shape the experiences of foreign tourists, creating both enriching encounters and potential for misunderstandings. Variations in communication styles, social etiquette, values, and norms can lead to misinterpretations, discomfort, or even offense if not navigated with sensitivity and awareness. For instance, directness in communication, which might be valued in some cultures, could be perceived as rude or aggressive in others that prioritize indirectness and politeness. Similarly, customs related to personal space, eye contact, gift-giving, and dining can vary significantly, and unintentional breaches of these norms can lead to awkward or negative experiences for both tourists and locals. Furthermore, differences in religious beliefs, social hierarchies, and gender roles can also influence interactions and require tourists to be mindful and respectful of local traditions. To mitigate potential misunderstandings arising from cultural differences, several proactive measures can be taken. Pre-trip preparation and education are crucial. Tourists should be encouraged to research the basic customs, etiquette, and communication styles of their destination country. This can include learning a few key phrases in the local language, understanding appropriate dress codes for religious sites, and being aware of common nonverbal cues. Promoting cultural sensitivity and awareness through travel guides, online resources, and educational programs can also help tourists approach their interactions with a more open and respectful mindset. During their travels, tourists should be encouraged to observe and learn from local behavior, paying attention to how locals interact with each other and adapting their own behavior accordingly. Being open-minded, patient, and willing to learn from mistakes is also essential. Furthermore, the tourism industry itself has a responsibility to bridge cultural gaps. Training tourism professionals, such as guides, hotel staff, and transportation providers, in cross-cultural communication and sensitivity can equip them to better assist and advise foreign visitors. Providing clear and accessible information about local customs and norms at tourist information centers and hotels can also be beneficial. Encouraging meaningful interactions between tourists and locals through initiatives like homestay programs, cultural exchange events, and community-based tourism can foster greater understanding and appreciation of different cultures. Ultimately, fostering a spirit of curiosity, respect, and a willingness to learn on both sides is key to minimizing misunderstandings and maximizing the positive cultural exchange that can be a significant benefit of foreign tourism. Another vital element is investing in sustainable tourism practices. This includes promoting eco-friendly accommodations, supporting local transportation networks, and encouraging activities that minimize environmental impact, such as nature-based tourism and cultural heritage tours. Governments can also incentivize tourism businesses to adopt sustainable practices through tax breaks, subsidies, or certifications. Community involvement is paramount in ensuring that tourism benefits local populations and respects cultural values. This can be achieved by promoting community-based tourism initiatives, supporting local crafts and businesses, and ensuring that local residents have a voice in tourism planning and decision-making processes. Revenue generated from tourism can be reinvested in local communities and conservation efforts, creating a direct link between tourism and the preservation of cultural and natural assets. Finally, Raising awareness and educating tourists about responsible travel practices and the importance of respecting local cultures and environments is crucial in fostering a more sustainable and culturally sensitive tourism industry. By implementing these integrated strategies, governments can strive to maximize the economic benefits of tourism while ensuring the long-term preservation of their invaluable cultural and environmental resources.
What ethical issues arise in international tourism, especially in developing nations?
International tourism, while offering significant economic opportunities, raises several critical ethical considerations, particularly in developing countries where power imbalances and vulnerabilities can be more pronounced. One major concern revolves around economic exploitation and the equitable distribution of benefits. Often, large international hotel chains and tour operators capture a significant portion of tourism revenue, with relatively little trickling down to local communities. This can lead to the displacement of local businesses, the exploitation of local labor through low wages and poor working conditions, and a lack of genuine economic empowerment for the host population. Ensuring that tourism revenue benefits local communities through fair wages, support for local enterprises, and investment in community development projects is a crucial ethical imperative. Another significant ethical consideration concerns the preservation of cultural heritage and the potential for its commodification. The desire to attract tourists can sometimes lead to the alteration or misrepresentation of cultural traditions and artifacts for entertainment purposes, potentially eroding their authenticity and spiritual significance. It is essential to ensure that cultural sites are managed sustainably, with respect for their historical and cultural integrity, and that local communities are involved in decisions regarding their presentation and access. Furthermore, the environmental impact of tourism poses significant ethical challenges, especially in developing countries with fragile ecosystems. Uncontrolled tourism development can lead to deforestation, pollution, habitat destruction, and the depletion of natural resources. Implementing sustainable tourism practices, minimizing waste, conserving water and energy, and supporting conservation efforts are crucial ethical responsibilities for both tourists and the tourism industry. Finally, issues of social justice and power dynamics must be addressed. Tourists from wealthier countries often hold positions of privilege and can inadvertently contribute to social inequalities and cultural insensitivity. Respecting local customs, avoiding exploitative practices such as sex tourism, and being mindful of one's impact on local communities are essential ethical considerations for individual travelers. The tourism industry also has a responsibility to promote ethical practices, ensure fair treatment of local populations, and avoid contributing to the exploitation of vulnerable groups. Addressing these multifaceted ethical considerations requires a collaborative effort involving governments, tourism operators, local communities, and tourists themselves, with a shared commitment to responsible and sustainable tourism practices that prioritize the well-being of both people and the planet.
How will climate change and technology shape future foreign tourism?
The future of foreign tourism in the next few decades is poised for significant evolution, shaped by the intertwined forces of climate change and rapid technological advancements. Climate change will likely exert a profound influence, leading to shifts in destination popularity, travel seasons, and the very nature of tourist experiences. Rising sea levels, extreme weather events, and the degradation of natural attractions like coral reefs and glaciers will render some destinations less appealing or even inaccessible. This could lead to the emergence of new, more resilient destinations and a greater emphasis on sustainable and responsible travel practices aimed at mitigating environmental impact. We might see a rise in last-chance tourism to vulnerable sites, followed by a decline as these environments deteriorate. Conversely, destinations less susceptible to climate change impacts might experience increased demand. Technological advancements will continue to reshape how people plan, experience, and share their travels. Virtual and augmented reality could offer immersive pre-trip experiences and even virtual tourism options for those unable or unwilling to travel physically. Artificial intelligence could personalize travel recommendations, optimize itineraries, and provide real-time assistance to tourists. The continued development of faster and more efficient transportation, potentially including sustainable aviation fuels and high-speed rail networks, could alter travel times and accessibility. Furthermore, social media and digital platforms will likely play an even greater role in influencing travel choices and sharing experiences, with personalized content and influencer marketing becoming increasingly prominent. The demand for seamless connectivity and digital services will continue to grow, requiring destinations and tourism providers to invest in robust technological infrastructure. Moreover, there is likely to be a growing demand for more authentic, sustainable, and culturally sensitive travel experiences. Tourists may become more conscious of their environmental footprint and seek out eco-friendly accommodations, locally sourced food, and opportunities to engage with local communities in a meaningful way. The concept of slow travel, emphasizing deeper immersion in a destination rather than rushing through multiple locations, could gain traction. The rise of remote work may also blur the lines between leisure and business travel, leading to longer stays and a greater desire for experiences that allow for both productivity and exploration. Overall, the future of foreign tourism will likely be characterized by a greater emphasis on sustainability, technological integration, and a desire for more meaningful and responsible travel experiences, as both travelers and the industry adapt to the challenges and opportunities presented by a changing world.